Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy. I am an ordained minister. We are in Bible study. We're in the NIV, and we will be till the end of 2025. And today we are at a very big place. We are finishing our first book of the Bible. From Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, to the very last verse chapter 50, because that's what we're doing today, chapter 50, verse 1 to verse 26. 2,000 years of time have passed as a minimum. And I think it's really longer, because that's counting Earth days. If they are assuming that God's day was like 24 hours, I think it's really far much more than that. But 2,000 years from Adam to Jacob's death, which is the end of chapter 49. Sorry for the spoiler. Shouldn't be watching this one if you haven't watched that one. Now, chapter 50 is what we're doing in this video. And the other video that will be available for today, besides the Psalms, will be Exodus chapter 1. So we start the story of Moses. So this is a big day. We end the story of Jacob, and we start the story of Moses. So we end with them in slavery, and then we wait until, we hear about how they're getting out of that slavery. So let's jump in, friends. Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. Joseph threw himself upon his father and wept over him and kissed him. Then Joseph directed the physicians in his service to embalm his father Israel. So the physicians embalmed him, taking a full 45 days. So this is like as if they were going to do mummification. Okay? For that was the time required for the embalming, right? Because they dehydrate. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. This is the custom. When the days of mourning had passed, Joseph said to Pharaoh's court, "If I have found favor in your eyes, speak to Pharaoh for me. Tell him, my father made me swear an oath. I'm about to die. Bury me in the tomb I dug for myself in my land of Canaan. Now let me go bury my father, and then I will return." Pharaoh said, "Go and bury your father as he has made you swear to do." So this is an honorable Pharaoh so far, except because of Joseph, everybody's enslaved. And they like it. So Joseph went up to bury his father. All of Pharaoh's officials accompanied him, the dignitaries of his court, all the dignitaries of Egypt, besides the member of Joseph's household and his brothers, and those belonging to his father's household. Only their children and flocks and herds were left in Goshen. Chariots and horsemen also went up with them. It was a very large company. So Pharaoh is like, "Oh, yes. Not only can you go bury your father as he has sworn you to do, we will mourn with you, my brother." Because that's basically like, yes, because he loves him, because of the abundance he brings. Okay? There's no animosity there. So that's where we start with.
Motion detected at front door.
Like what they said. When they reached the threshing floor of Atad, A-T-A-D, near the Jordan, they lamented loudly and bitterly. And that's part of the Jewish mourning custom as well. And there Joseph observed a 7-day period of mourning for his father, sitting Shiva. Yeah. When the Canaanites who lived there saw the mourning at the threshing floor of Atad, they said, "The Egyptians are holding a solemn ceremony of mourning." That is why that place near the Jordan is called Abel Mizraim. Abel Mizraim means mourning of the Egyptians. Okay? So Jacob's sons did as he had commanded them. They carried him to the land of Canaan and buried him in a cave in the field of Machpelah, near Mamre, which Abraham had bought as a burial place from Ephron the Hittite along the field. After burying his father, Joseph returned to Egypt, together with his brothers, and all the others had gone with him to bury his father. Joseph reassures his brothers. When Joseph's brothers saw their father was dead, they said, "What if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrongs we did him?" So they sent word to Joseph saying, "Your father left these instructions before he died. This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask you to forgive your brothers the sins and wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. Now please forgive the sins of the servants of the God of your father." When their message came to him, Joseph wept. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. "We are your slaves," they said. But Joseph said to them, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then, don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children." And he reassured them and spoke kindly to them, so he had forgiven them. The death of Joseph. Joseph stayed in Egypt along with his father's family. He lived 110 years and saw the third generation of Ephraim's children. That's amazing. And also the sons of Machir, the children of Machir, sons of Manasseh, were placed at birth on Joseph's knees. Oh. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "I am about to die, but God will surely come to your aid and take you up out of this land to the land he promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." When Joseph made the sons of Israel swear an oath, "God will surely come to your aid, and then you must carry my bones up from this place." So Joseph died at the age of 110. And after they embalmed him, he was placed in a coffin in Egypt. So they're telling you that's where his bones were. So, and with that, we complete 2,000 years of human life. And we are now on to the story of Exodus, or the story of the prophet Moses, the next prophet in the Bible, since we finished the last tale of the last prophet in the Bible, because that's indeed what Joseph was. That's what the dreams were. It doesn't mean he always was honorable. He was doing what he thought was best. That had different meanings in different times. Let's remember that. Till my next video, friends.